Thank you for coming, Mr. Kingsley.
Mrs. Roebling, I was just heading upstairs to speak with your husband.
The weight of John's passing is heavy on his mind today. He doesn't need it to be compounded with the weight of an entire bridge.
I am certain he will be pleased to hear what I have to say.
As will I. I'm sure.
This is the last time. I refuse to take part in another one of these.
Washington, my darling, there are no rules for how a man should grieve. 5 years is not nearly as long as you think when it comes to mourning the love of your life. Your father is going to require our indulgence, regardless of its sincerity.
Everyone please join hands and close your eyes.
Joanna, can you give us a sign that you are with us? John has some things he'd like to say, if that's all right.
Joanna, this is your husband, John. Can you hear me? I miss you very much. I trust that after your spiritual birth, all your disease left you, and that you are happy and well now. I hope that we may be together in your higher sphere of life someday. I also hope that should we meet again, my own love and devotion will be more deserving of yours.
Forgive him. He worries about you.
I know you don't believe she was with us tonight. I don't begrudge you that. Best to remember her as she was in life.
I know you miss her. I do too.
She never wanted you to fight in the war. I met with the New York Bridge Company this morning. Can you believe it? Kingsley appointed me chief engineer.
You must be so proud. Did they say when you will break ground?
No, financials and stock allocations were the main topic today. Assembling their executive board. I'm sure it will be some time before they work out their arrangements. Mm-hmm. They seem really eager to use my name to add gravitas to the project.
Then it is imperative word doesn't spread about your dealings with the spirit world, if it is in fact your reputation that they are counting on. I know Kingsley, and spirits are not where his beliefs lie.
Spirit world, do you realize this is your mother you're talking about?
I'm sorry, sir.
Son, you're going to be my assistant engineer.
I'm honored, but I hardly think that I'm ready for that.
This is going to be your bridge as well.
This will be the largest engineering project in the history of the world. I built a few tactical bridges during the war. I worked for you at the wire company. Nothing that compares to this. There must be a more qualified candidate.
ready.
I don't suspect you'll remember. 20 years ago, we were right out there on a ferry. Cold and miserable.
I remember.
We were stuck there on the ice for hours, cemented. I was positive that you were going to freeze to death.
I remember Mother not wanting me to go. And Laura crying, begging you to take her with you.
We were actually the lucky ones that day. I remember the screams. People thrust into the icy waters. And then, silence. It was then that I first saw it.
Saw what?
Our bridge, son.
Mr. Roebling, I wonder if you could show me more precisely the location of the horizontal line. Mrs. Roebling, it's John.
It's his foot. It got caught. He was out in the piles and it's been crushed.
Okay, let's have a look.
You will please fetch a small basin and fill it with water and some ice.
Mr. Roebling, this is highly unusual. I haven't had
Please,
a chance to...
Doctor, the basin.
Nurse, bring me some ice water. Quickly.
Good. Pour the water in the basin. Thank you, nurse.
They have morphine and opium.
The water will be enough.
What about the pain?
I will manage the pain!
It needs to be removed.
Excuse me.
What happened?
His foot got caught between the piling and a boat that was coming in. His toe's been crushed.
Will he be all right?
They put his foot in a cold water bath.
He's telling the doctors what to do, isn't he?
The toe needs to be amputated.
It's the best way to prevent an infection.
I agree. I would perform the procedure myself, but without anesthetic, that would be quite impossible.
Mr. Roebling, with all due respect, without the use of anesthetics...
Father, please, reconsider.
We are wasting time. You will perform the amputation, and I will bandage the toes myself. Bolt!
Careful. I've got you. Dr. Brinkman is here. He'll want to take a look at that bandage.
He can look all he wants.
Washington.
Dr. Brinkman, the seizures are getting worse.
I don't mean to be coarse, but this is all by his own doing. If he would have let me bandage the wound, he'd likely have fully recovered by now. Cold water is hardly a substitute for medicine.
So, what now?
All we can do now is try to make him comfortable.
He won't even take the morphine.
Talk to him.
He won't talk. Lockjaw.
He's spoken to me. He told me you were ready.
He's not going to get better.
No, my love. He's not.
Why does he have to be so uncompromising?
Your father has never compromised.
That's why this bridge needs him. Am I supposed to build it now? There are more qualified men than me. All I have is his name.
Yes, perhaps there are more qualified men, but it's precisely because of your name. All of the years spent by his side, all of the knowledge that has been passed down to you. You don't realize how much of him there is in you.
If they choose me to do this, and by the grace of God I succeed, it will be his bridge, as it should be. If I fail, the blame will be mine, and mine alone.
Then we can't fail.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Washington.
William Kingsley. The coffin's not even in the ground yet.
My thoughts and prayers are with you and yours, Washington. You know how much I admired your father. I will be writing his obituary for the Eagle, personally.
Most considerate of you.
I wanted you to know that the board was giving serious consideration to having you take the helm. There are those with concerns.
Thank you, William. Do keep me informed.
You're ready.
You all knew my father. If there's one thing that he would want to be remembered for, it would be that he did things, not just believed in them. My father was the kind of man who had to have things his way. The world thanks him for this, but I can tell you that it took a toll on our family. His relentless nature cast a shadow over anyone close to him, and that must have been so isolating. And yes, it was isolating for me as well. But without that shadow, I would have never learned to trust my own instincts or work as tirelessly as he did. He'll never see his final contribution to the world completed. A profound sorrow he must have wrestled with in his final days. But I will see his vision fulfilled. John Augustus Roebling did not teach me to build barriers. He taught me to build bridges.